This week on the show, Tog grapples with the feedback they received for the first hard copy edition of their new zine, the Grackleton Gazette. You're with Tog Chesterfield here on 101.7 FM The Grack. I'm trying to pick up the pieces and fix up my life after I hit rock bottom, and I'm taking you along as I try new things and attempt to embrace life.
Unfuck your life with Tog Chesterfield.
Welcome to the show. Right now it's 5:06 p.m. Shoot. I'll be here with you for your commute, or while you prepare your dinner, or while you furtively stare at that patch on your carpet that was ruined by your Rainbow Bridge cat, Kevin, 7 years ago, that you have yet to fix because it makes you feel more nostalgic than lazy. I'm your uninvited guest for the evening, or I guess invited if you chose to dial into the show. So, listeners, if you've been in any Grackleton shops in the past couple weeks, you've probably seen the first full hard copy release of the Grackleton Gazette. It includes my interviews with Marianne Foote and Pastel Pumpernickel that you heard on this show. And I also wrote a couple community announcements and my opinion piece about the rising cost of grout at home hardware. It was pretty hard-hitting. I was so excited to drop off boxes of my zines all around town, such as at the bulk bins and the Nested Bean and Boone's Tackle and Thrift, the Cole's Bookstore, and, of course, the community center. I was really nervous doing it, too, as you might imagine. But I was also so excited to share what I'd been working really hard on for so long, what I'd been finally committing myself to doing, too. Well, for myself, Tog, but also for all of you, the people who live and work here in Grackleton. After I got all the zines out, I announced them on my website, and Pastel told her baking class students, and, well, Dan at Bulkman's, it was great. He walked them around the store and handed them directly to the customers. Here, take a Grackleton Gazette.
No, I'm all right, thanks.
No, take it in your hand.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Oh, hi, honey.
Here, take a Grackleton Gazette.
No, I'm okay. I don't need one.
Thanks.
Oh, you're just putting it in my hand. Okay.
Here, take a Grackleton Gazette.
What is this?
No, you have to take a Grackleton Gazette.
Oh, well, you're just putting it in my cart. All
Here,
right.
take a Grackleton Gazette.
I do not want that.
I'm just going to put it in your basket. Marianne Foote was great too. She did a little feature on her latest episode of Mailbox Decor. Marianne was my roommate, well, until last night. She had to leave because she finished sponge painting her basement. It looks great. It's dark gray and teal. And you wouldn't think it works, but it actually does. She showed me. I also added a thread on the Grackleton subreddit, the one that allows self-promos. And I just checked the comments on that subreddit, and I checked my email obsessively. And while the subreddit had only got 2 updates and no comments, and my inbox sat at 0 for days. And that's kind of how it went for that first little bit. There was no reaction to my zine from any source. The copies, though, they were disappearing from the shops in the community center. I had to refill the box at the community center 3 times. Boone's at the tackle shop told me that some people were returning to pick one up for their friends. But at first, there was nothing. A giant gaping void, and that hurt. Listener, it hurt a lot. All that hard work for nothing? At that point, I thought even hate mail would be better than the void. But then suddenly, the feedback started, and it was truly Grackleton in Grackleton's truest form. But First, a break. This is Unfuck Your Life with Tog Chesterfield. That's me. We'll be back after this.
Unfuck Your Life with Tog Chesterfield.
Back to the show. So, the feedback for the Grackleton Gazette started trickling in, and then it became a flood. It arrived in my inbox and comments on Reddit and social media. Some people called me at my house. I got handwritten letters too, and I had notes left in the windshield wipers of my Transit Connect. I had the side painted with the Grackleton Gazette's logo. I got some positive and some motivating comments.
Please leave your message after the tone.
Todd, this is Edward. I loved hearing Pastel's story. It was so relatable. Great interview.
Great job, Tog. Keep it up. Grackleton needs something like this.
Tog, thanks for taking my call. This is Len. Marianne's new shop name is absolutely brilliant. Oh, I'm wondering, Tog, if you could come over and check my Ford Transit Connect's new upholstery makeover. You have the same van and good taste. Well, it seems so anyway. I'll email you my phone number to call me back. Look, it'll be after I hang up the phone here. The email will come in about, well, let's see, it'll take me about 4 minutes to get to my computer from here at the desk, at my phone desk, and then I'll boot up Netscape Navigator, which has my email inside of it. That's where I have your email address. So yeah, I'll email it to you in about 7 minutes, give or take.
I was so excited to hear that people liked it. But then I started getting some interesting takes from the community.
The font choice has subliminal echoes of the font used on the 1984 Super Recall notice. I consider this to be insensitive.
Hi, why wasn't the thick raven beak part mentioned in the Marianne interview location description? Accuracy matters.
Hi, Tog. This is Dan from Bulk Bins. Pastel mentioned RPFs in your interview. My cousin calls them RFCs, which stands for Red Flake Chilies. Maybe do a poll so you say what terminology most people utilize as part of their everyday vernacular. Anyways, bye, Tog. See you on your next shopping journey.
And along with the interesting takes, I got some pretty hot takes too.
Your zine focuses too much on feelings and baking. Grackleton has real issues like the upcoming vote about the portables behind the community center.
The page layout is terrible. Looks unprofessional.
I mean, it's okay, but it's no Grackleton Weekly Chronicle. Where's the hard-hitting news about the water main break on 3rd? The Weekly Chronicle was so valuable.
And this next one hurt the most. It came as a letter to my townhouse. It read, "This just feels like Tog trying too hard to be relevant again after the apocalypse.cloud potato thing." At that point, listener, I put my laptop in the kitchen and hid in my room. Oh, it's time for the weather.
I'm driving in the car.
Tonight's weather for your drive at 5 with Unfuck Your Life is brought to you by Deep Dive Reef and Snorkels, your source for the latest snorkeling gear. But we're still landlocked.
Get ready for the weather.
Tonight, Grackleton is expecting an abundance of moderate cloud cover over Grackleton East.
You just learned all about the weather.
And that's it for the weather on your drive at 5 from Deep Dive Reef and Snorkels. Our grand opening is this Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Join us for 5% off all purge valves until 4 p.m. The feedback about my first issue of the Grackleton Gazette started living in my head. Just like the potatoes from the potato incident. The way that they still do, really. My identity was still tied to what I did, and either losing that or having it criticized, it makes me want to hide, to sit on the floor of my bedroom in the dark. I didn't realize that I was so sensitive to feedback still, how it hit my core identity, that my identity was still tied tightly to my creative output and productivity. I thought that I had moved on. I thought I was moving on, away from rock bottom by now. And if I didn't address it right away, I might end up back there again. Because sitting on my bedroom floor with my favorite comfort potato, it sure felt like I was back there again right after everything happened and I was laid off. And I was probably at real risk of abandoning the Gazette entirely. See it as like some other failure of mine, just as I was getting started. I turned the Gazette into the next thing to quit. Again. So I realized then and there, on the floor in the dark, I would try to process this criticism constructively, to sort between the helpful things people said, the personal attacks, criticism, the irrelevant takes, and just what was, just somebody's subjective taste. It wasn't relevant to me, Tog. None of it was. Listener, putting creative work out there just invites these kinds of opinions and takes and reception. And the human I am, Tog, isn't attached to that feedback. And universal approval? I mean, I'll never get it anyway on anything creative. We don't get universal approval for anything in this world. And being this hard on myself, it wasn't fair to myself, to Tog. So just like I wrote an apology letter near the beginning of my journey off of rock bottom to Louis Pepperoni of the HOA and to the Super Appreciation Club, the letters that I shared with you on this show, I wrote an apology letter to myself, to Tog. Dear Tog, hi. I'm very sorry about being so harsh in your head about the work you're doing on the Grackleton Gazette. You're new at this. Give yourself a chance. Tog Chesterfield. So the Gazette, the first hard copy edition, even if it wasn't perfect or even as good as I thought it might be, that didn't matter. And it made me stronger doing it. So I got up off the floor. I put a note on the fridge that said, "Feedback is for the Gazette. It's not for Tog. Tog, ! Gazette." That means Tog is not the Gazette. It's like programming speak. I learned that at apocalypse.cloud. I also wrote a second post-it note about why I started the Gazette. I wrote goals, and under that I wrote to connect this quirky community. I wrote it just in case something made me forget, so I could look at that too. I sorted through the useful feedback, the stuff I could think about, and the irrelevant complaints that I could just throw into the garbage. But I did run that poll about RPFs versus RFCs because I just wanted to know what terminology most people used and if I should switch, for science. Oh, I have a caller here on line 1. It's my first caller to the show. Hi, caller. You're on the show. This is Unfuck Your Life with Tog Chesterfield.
Hey, Todd. It's your roommate, Parker Spoon.
Oh, Parker. Oh, you're calling the show.
Yeah, I'm in the apartment, but I didn't want to bother you. Because I know that you're in your studio right now.
Wow. Oh, well, yeah, so you're still at home. Wow. Most of my roommates just walk right in.
No, you're doing a radio show. This has got to be a big deal.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Well, anyways, welcome to the show, and welcome to the house. I'm glad that you moved in.
Can I be calling in on this? Is this bad?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. I saw the number written by the Soda Stream, and I didn't know if it was okay to call.
Oh, no, it's perfectly fine.
Can I use the Soda Stream?
Yeah, you can use the Soda Stream. And
Okay.
did you get you got my note about the fridge?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't want to pry, but there's a lot of potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. Just don't touch the potatoes. But you can have half the fridge, whatever half you want, wherever you want to put your stuff.
Do you need any help with the potatoes, or?
I can come after I finish broadcasting and just move the potatoes for you.
Okay. I just because I only have a couple things of smoothies to put in the fridge.
You're a smoothie person.
Trying to be better.
Yeah, they're pretty healthy, aren't they?
Yeah, I gotta stay healthy for my kitty cat.
Oh, you have a cat?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I told you about Scott's. Yeah, no, Scott's.
Oh.
Scott's moving in with. Unless you don't like cats.
No, I love cats. I used to have a cat named Kevin.
Oh my gosh, Kevin and Scott.
Kevin, well, Kevin's a Rainbow Bridge cat now, but I love cats. I'm so excited that Scott's coming to live here too.
Yeah, Scott's a handful, but it's always been me and Scott.
Oh, well, the best cats are a handful. Kevin was a handful too.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
I noticed there was a towel that said PS on it.
Oh, you got the towels. That's for you. I always do towels, monogrammed towels for my roommates when they move in to make them feel welcome.
Oh my gosh, that's so nice of you. Can I ask you a weird question?
Of course.
Is that a Camino stitch that you did the monogram with?
Yes, it is. I just learned how to do that from Marianne, my last roommate.
My mom, Melinda, was the head seamstress at the Grackleton shirt factory.
That's incredible. I got all my shirts from there.
It's amazing. Because when I was a kid, I used to walk around and I used to see her do the Camino stitch all the time.
Wow. Oh, that's really, maybe that's where Marianne learned how to do it.
Yeah. Oh, that place is magical. She used to let me walk all through the different t-shirts, all the different colors.
Oh.
It was like the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, except instead of emerging in Narnia, you walked right into a chemical bath.
Oh, that sounds kind of painful, actually.
Hey, the scars heal.
Yeah, they do. They do, don't they?
I gotta go.
Okay.
Yeah. Headline news is on.
I love watching that. I'll come join you after I'm finished broadcasting the show.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, Parker. So that's it for this week's episode of the show here on 101.7 FM The Grack. Stay tuned for Municipal Water Quality Report redo at 6 with Bartholomew Barty Bundle, formerly of the Weekly Chronicle. You should all like that. For a show that details Barty's improvements to the latest local municipal water quality reports. Okay.
You have been listening to Unfuck Your Life with Tog Chesterfield, a StereoForest production. This episode was written, directed, edited, and produced by deHaan. This episode features the voices of Adam, Dawn Faucet, and deHaan. You can find all of our shows, show notes, transcripts, and sign up to get notified about new episodes at StereoForest.com.
I brought Tsunami to the support center and then back to the inn after round 1 finished. She hasn't woken up yet, but the support center said that she just needs some rest. Round 1 is now over and done with. We barely escaped with our lives. This world is a strange one. With monsters and enemies lurking around every bend. And somehow, I have a feeling that this is just the beginning.
Look at these people, Phoenix. Look them deep in the eyes. See their pain and their joy. Ask yourself, are they really your enemy?
Hero! I need you to hear me when I say this. Is my pain not real?
You'll see. I'll beat this next round. Not for money, not for fame, but so I can get out of this stupid game. I'm gonna win this whole damn thing.
We have a visitor who'd like to speak with you. Think we can arrange something? Until then, hero.
Activate skill! Flame transfer! Fiery broadsword!
Fire arena! Let the fight and the flames begin.
I wouldn't want Tsunami to wake up and see that her little pet was taken away because he grew a heart for the artificial.
My name is Miyazaki Chin, and I am the hope for this world.